it's Mike from Music Shack. Trying the camera at a slightly different angle so you can see the guitar a bit better. This is a really, really nice guitar. Right, it's a 1984 made in Japan Sheraton. Wine red, obviously, with some lovely smoky dark parts to the shading on the wood. I'll talk about the cosmetic condition in a minute and then I'll play it. But just to get this out of the way first, you list one of these and immediately people say it's not 1984, it's not a Sheraton, it's not a Japan, well, it is. And I did my research before I bought it. I've been buying and selling guitars a long time, and I don't shell out silly money for guitars that aren't worth it. So the serial number on the back, which I will put up on the screen, if you just go and punch that into Google on one of the first data Epiphone database engines you find, it'll come up as a 94 made in Korea, but it isn't. Those databases aren't 100% accurate. They're made from records before there were computer systems. Certainly before there were computer systems as we know them today. Most of them are being based on paper records initially and printouts. And if you do enough reading around, you'll find that it's a fairly common thing when trying to date these. Now, what puts this as being an MIJ is a combination, a combination of factors. There's the headstock and the shape of the Epiphone logo, in particular the shape of the E. There's the sort of wonky handmade look to the mother of pearl. There's the mother of pearl on the headstock and on the multicoloured pearlescent mother of pearl on the frets. There's the fret edge binding. It's got nibs and edge binding. There's the E stamped Epiphone tuners on the back, which are the originals. Then there is the beige coloured but slightly messy looking, which I don't know whether you can see on here, Epiphone Sheraton label inside, which is Epiphone Sheraton WR wine red, Epiphone, a division of Gibson, Kalamazoo, Michigan. Obviously that's not where it was made, but it is a made in Japan one. They weren't making these in Japan by 1994 because they'd moved production to Korea. So that, for a kick-off, with all of this other identifying information, makes this a made in Japan. It's also got the original 75 stamp pickups, which I'll put a picture up now. They weren't in the Korean versions of these guitars. And I think I've covered everything. No, I haven't. The oversight, you definitely won't see these on here, but it has massive oversized pot covers, and I'm talking that they're about that in diameter and about that in depth, which you didn't get on the Korean guitars. The bridge is an original. The tailpiece is not original. This has been replaced. It's a standard tailpiece that you get on a Les Paul type guitar or an SG or one of these. The original was a big two-step thing that would have come right down here and terminated at the bottom here, and you can still see a couple of marks where that originally would have been. You can also see in the original case, a wooden case with a faux leather cover on it, and it's got a felt inner. But if you look at the bottom, you can see here there's a little cutout, and that would have accommodated the original bridge on this Sheraton. I don't know the name of it, but if you look at, I'll put a picture up on the listing to the card from the brochure from the 80s. So all of those factors told me before I bought this guitar that it was a Japan made one, and I've got no reason to doubt that now. So that's it. It's being played. It's a guitar that's supposed to be played. I pity the guitar that is bought in 1984 and not used, so it's got marks on it. From this distance, you can't really see anything. photographs. I've tried to show them, but hopefully you can see here it's got some scratches on the bodywork. A couple of them have gone into the lacquer but not through it, so there's nothing down to the wood, nothing down to the wood stain, but there are some scratches. So expect that if you're going to think of buying it. If I sell it, I might not sell this one. What else have we got? As far as I know, it's the original scratch plate. It doesn't have an E on them, not all of them did. It's the original truss rod cover, which doesn't have an E on it. There is what I think is a cigarette burn on the top corner here, so that to me puts a picture of some smoky jazz club being played and a jazz man having his tab and maybe sticking it on the edge of his guitar by mistake. But either way, to me that's character. You want a perfect guitar, go look somewhere else. You won't find one of these that's in perfect condition in this colour from this age. On the back, you've got some buckle rash, you've got some scratches. You've also got beautiful wood grain on that finish. The binding's in really good condition. No knocks, no chips. The frets are worn, they're about 50% of what they would have been, but they're a nice glide. There are a few dings and nicks on the back. Inevitable headstock chips. So it's in very good played condition for a 36-year-old guitar. Everything, like I said, is original apart from this. Pictures I've already put up. I believe the tone controls and volume controls are original. One of them's cracked. Switch is original. Nut, probably the original. Looks like a bone nut. And I think that's all there is to tell you about it, other than giving it a play. I've serviced it. When it came to me a little while ago, it hadn't been cleaned in I don't know how long. So it's been completely stripped down, tuners off, tailpiece, bridge and tailpiece off, cleaned, deep cleaned, buffed and cleaned on the metallic hardware, sprayed, contact spray into the pots, through the covers. They don't have any crackles on them. And it's in much better shape than it was when I got it. And that's it really. Time for me to play. Technically these are a jazz guitar. I'm not a jazz guitarist. I don't know any jazz guitar, so you'll not be hearing any. I'm just gonna give you a very quick run through. Clean sound, slightly dirtier sound, picks on the floor. Because they're versatile guitars, the humbuck and pickups. And that's it. Let you hear it. Mistake at the end there, but you can still hear what the guitar sounds like. I'll do the volume checks while we're on the clean. So this is the bridge pickup. have my amp up high enough. There's quite a long taper on that. It doesn't suddenly drop down tone. Slight crackle on that tone pot. I'll give it a spray again. Do the fret test that I always do. Start at the top. Oops, a bit clumsy there. Bottom ones. Alright, so after the tone controls, just a few clean chords. Crank it up a little bit. more skillful player than me will make this thing sing. That's it. Whistle Stop Tour. Lovely feeling. Nice. It's quite a slim profile neck. Not skinny, but not fat. The width, I would say, is a standard width. It's not like some of the MIG guitars that were built earlier that have got a much slimmer neck for the Japanese hand size at the time. Good resonance, and one thing I didn't do. So it resonates nicely without anything plugged into it. This is very rare. You do not get many in this colour. You don't get many from this year. It's in very good condition for its age. That's it. Thanks a lot for your time. If you want any more info, just let me know. Alright, cheers. Bye.